I'm Alexa Burton, and you can call me Lexi. I want to welcome you all to today's episode of Two Chairs and a Camera. And with me today, I've got Sean DeLauder. Hi.
Hello.
Now, I looked you up on Amazon last night.
Okay.
You have a lot of books going on,
I have.
and you brought quite a few with you.
I brought most of them.
Okay. Well,
I had the oversight of not bringing the most recent book.
Okay.
So
well, I can always find it and pull up a picture.
That would be great.
But why don't you start by telling us what did you bring? What's your genre or genres?
Genres. It'd be plural because I don't have a genre. I cannot stick to a genre. I'm no good at that. My mind is just all over the place. That
is not an unusual thing with writers.
Well, yeah. It's a butterfly. But yeah, we have.
Sorry, that's on wheels.
I mean, we have sci-fi. We have alternate history sci-fi. We have dystopian sci-fi. We have fantasy dystopian.
Okay.
We have fantasy, and then we have straight sci-fi.
Okay.
And then the book, the
So
missing book
you lean to sci-fi.
Yes.
Okay.
I would say so. Yeah, that seems fair since I kept repeating that word over and over. Sorry. Sorry, I forget I'm talking to everyone, not just you.
And what's the most recent one then?
The most recent one is not sci-fi.
Okay.
It's like a period mystery, like a 1980s murder mystery.
Okay.
Where the main character he's been sequestered for a while. He has not been on the job for a while, and the mystery is why did he leave? Why does he seem to have lost all of his confidence? And that is, I mean, in addition to the one of the characters being beheaded in the first few pages. So. Yeah, it starts off with a.
It starts off with a lot going on.
With a chop.
That grabs you in, pulls you in.
Ideally, yeah. That's my hope.
What inspired you to turn from mostly science fiction to a mystery, to an 80s mystery?
Totally arbitrary.
Okay.
Because I just can't sit still. I mean, this is my first book here, and then we went to here, this went from like fantasy sci-fi to fantasy sci-fi to...
The Speaker for the Trees.
Yes.
Feels a little Loraxy.
It's very much, the title is very much an homage to Dr. Seuss, yes.
I loved that movie as a kid.
Yes. Which one?
Lorax.
The original one or the more recent one?
Oh, the original. They're both good, but the original.
Yes, the 1960s one. Yes.
Yeah. Did you tell us the title of the newest one?
Did I tell you the title?
I don't think you did.
I must not have, because I trust you would have remembered. I think it's The Last Case.
Okay. Because is it the guy's last case, or does he... Okay.
Yes. Yeah, it is. It is his terminal case.
Ah. What got you started in writing overall?
What got me started? I think it was boredom. I think I didn't know what to do with myself.
Okay.
And I was like, I've got to find a way to entertain myself. And I was probably 7 years old, and I wrote a story. And my mom submitted it, and I ended up in a writing conference at like 7 years old, University of Toledo.
Wow.
And it was the most boring thing I've
was.
ever been in.
I'm sure it was. I recognize the value of all these writing conferences and realize I should be going to them, and I know I would be sitting there trying to turn my phone on every 8 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
And just crawling out of my mind.
It was very much writing drills, and that was less fun for me because they put you in a little box, and you've got to work within that little box. At least this was my experience 30 years ago or whatever.
I took a creative writing class in high school. So they're giving you prompts, and they...
Right.
She tried so hard to make a little box for me that wasn't science fiction.
Oh.
They were all science fiction.
Yep. Yep. Your tendrils tend to grow through the corners of the boxes.
Yep, I'm going to find a way to put an alien in this. I don't care what you say it is, there's going to be an alien here.
Well done.
Do you have a writer or a non-writer that has inspired your style of writing or your approach to writing?
Oh, that's a good question. Do I? I know I get compared a lot to satirists. Douglas Adams.
Okay.
Slaughterhouse-Five. Help me out here.
I haven't read it.
I'm dying. Oh my goodness.
For
Vonnegut. Sorry.
For an author, I read embarrassingly little anymore.
I don't read consistently, so I understand because I'm too busy writing. I have juices
We
that
have
need to be squeezed
no
out.
shortage of projects.
That's true.
No shortage of projects.
Yeah, so Douglas Adams, Kurt Vonnegut, these are the people I get compared to, but I don't. I mean, I have read them, but they're not like something, that's not a well I'm constantly going back to.
Well, even if you're not going back to it, they didn't, like, influence or form your approach.
Right. I had already been writing in a particular way, and I get compared to, as opposed to, you know, this is who I'm going to emulate. I'd like to think I have my own writing style, but, I mean, that's to be determined.
You started writing when you were very young. Did you publish young?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No. I went the whole traditional route for a long time. And eventually I just got tired of submitting and getting, this is not for us. So I was like, you know what? Amazon offers stuff. So.
And that's the beauty of self-publishing anymore.
It is.
Because the publishers, they all have the boxes that they
Exactly.
have to tick, and we don't want to fit in boxes.
That is probably one of my biggest problems, is they are looking for something in very specific categories or some genres that are doing very well, and I'm just like, I don't.
That's.
I will write a response to those genres, but I'm not really excited about writing in genres that everybody's exploring.
You need to write what's in here and what's in here. Otherwise, It's going to show.
Right.
I guess we're going to speak mostly towards the most recent book because it's just, you've got a lot here. So it's hard. I'm going to turn these right side up because that's bugging me. And that way people can read the titles too.
Just because I like to be
You like being difficult.
Sorry.
That's okay.
We can edit out my obnoxiousness.
It might be fun, though. Speaking more towards the most recent book, because it's hard to ask necessarily about all of them at once, did you have a favorite part of it that you wrote, or to write? A favorite part to write?
That is a very good question. Do I have a favorite part of the book? You know, in some books, I definitely there's definitely parts that come easier than others. They just you hit a stride and you're like, wow, this is the easiest thing I've ever written. I'm just gonna blow through this book. I don't know if this book was like that. It was challenging in its own way, as every book is, which is probably why I like to switch genres more or less, while including sci-fi. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. This is a book, like a lot of my books, I will have an idea and let it simmer for a time. And simmer meaning like years. Like I'll write a chapter or two and then I will abandon this project, but it'll still be like going on in the background. Like there'll be a background process taking place. So I will be formulating an outline for it all the time, and then I just get back to it like, hey, I'd like to write this story again, and get back to it, and it just not quite like that, but
the book that I just started, and by just started, it's got like 500 words on paper, because I'm still needing to focus on finishing editing the one that's hopefully going to make it out by the end of the year.
Right.
I've wanted to write this next book since high school.
Oh. That is a familiar
It's
chorus.
been in here. I know lots of different pieces of it. It scares me. I'm hoping that because I know it so well, it's just going to fall out.
Right.
But now is the first time that I felt like maybe I'm actually ready to write this book.
You know what? I know, what was it? Neil Gaiman. Are you familiar with Wolf, who wrote the book of the Earth of New Sun series? Mm-mm. He worked at like Pringles factory or whatever. I'm butchering his backstory. I'm so sorry. But he was a writer who wrote this epic series, Earth of New Sun, about like an Earth hundreds of thousands of years from now, a seminal science fiction novel. But he spoke to Neil Gaiman about when he was writing American Gods, I think, and he was talking to him, and he was like, Gene, I think I finally figured out how to write a book. And Gene Wolfe was like, no, you never figure out how to write a book. You figure out how to write the book you're writing, and then the next one is a new challenge. And I 100% understand where you're coming from.
There's a couple things I've heard that there's 10 rules about writing, but nobody knows them because nobody's written them down.
Right.
And, well, clearly the first part of writing a book is just put pen to paper.
Right.
Or fingers to keyboard. But yeah, that's very true. Every book has its own path, both in the story. Sorry, I just got hit with an idea.
Do we need to take a time out? Do you want to write this down?
Both in the story and out of the story. The idea was like, okay, so you're writing a book, but then you're also writing a book about what happens to you while you're writing the book.
Ooh.
I'm not sure that would actually be interesting, but it could be made to be interesting if it was a book in itself, and then we've got this whole thing going on.
You need to write that down quickly because
it's on the video.
Because years from now I'll be sitting and be like, thinking this has come to me naturally of my own accord when actually it's just this background information processing.
That's okay. We can both do it.
Okay.
So was there a favorite overall part to write in any of your books?
Oh man, you're asking me impossible questions. I really enjoy writing.
It's like if I asked you what your favorite book was, you'd forget everything you've ever read.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's a challenge in writing. I like the challenge, and there's a lot of joy in writing. I write because I really like writing and exploring and trying new things. And I mean, part of the fun is the frustration of not being able to just blurt stuff out and have it come out, but the success of having a challenge and being able to figure out my plot and make it work.
I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Now, I know you're a planner to some extent because you'll marinate on books, but are you like a planner where you structure and then you write it out, or are you just, okay, I've got this, let's get there?
It 100% varies from book to book. I mean, there are books I don't feel like I can write unless I know how it's going to end, and there are books where, like these books, to be fair, this is the second book in the series. This is the third book in the series, and the first book has not been written yet. To give you an idea of how I write and how I think.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, there are books that I will write the beginning, and it'll be like, oh, well, now I know how it ends. And then I'll write the end, and I'm like, okay, how do I connect these two?
The book I'm writing, the book that I'm finishing is a book 2, with From Winter being book 1. But the book I'm just starting is also book 1 to the same book 2. So if anyone knows how to better explain that without using 800 words, let me know down below, please. But yeah, it's like, well, there's him, and there's her, and then there's them together. It's 2 book 1s that share a book 2.
Have you ever had like one of those twisty donuts?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what my brain feels like right now.
Am I twisting you up?
I'm a twisty brained donut right now.
Or like the breads that are braided with like 5.
Oh yes.
I was braiding garlic the other day, and anyway. So you've been writing long enough, meaning since childhood. Do you have a book like mine that's been up here forever, and either it is in this pile or it hasn't made it there yet?
This one.
Okay.
Marinated for a long time.
When was that conceived of?
Oh my goodness, that was in high school. And I know a couple of my friends who see me mention this will be like, oh yeah, I remember seeing first drafts of that book. And it being hundreds of pages long on dot matrix printer paper.
Oh goodness! Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's how
with
long
the stuff
I've been
on
writing.
The sides.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The perforated stuff to feed it through the printer. Oh yeah.
So I started young too. I started writing at like 6, 5.
Oh my goodness.
I remember being in the computer lab in kindergarten, and it was all my files were once upon a time there was once upon because it only you didn't put in a title, it just brought up the first line, and that's all I remember. But I know I was writing stories then. And then when I started writing more seriously, I guess, things that I was actually trying to finish, I say trying because they didn't get finished.
Right.
I started with fan fiction. Fan fiction. Did you get there too?
I don't think I've ever...
I got irrationally angry at all of the different Star Wars characters that I liked so much in the books getting killed.
Oh!
So I wrote a book that brought many of them back. Remind me to tell you something after this is over. I wrote a story to bring many of them back, and you've probably read some of these from your... there's Gabrielle Captison out of Trucet Bakura. Didn't she get killed? I brought her back in the book, and there was like 3 others, but she's the only one I'm remembering right now.
This is a reference that is beyond my experience, but I trust you entirely.
But yeah, I got upset that they were killing the people that I liked, so I twisted my own little donut way back for them to live, and well, the book didn't work, but
that's irrelevant.
You can't have a book with like 15 main characters. It just it's do you have a book with 15 main characters?
I was gonna say tell that to Tolstoy.
Well,
you just need like 900 pages to do it.
Yeah, you're not getting that at 14. And then I did some Star Trek ones, because I live, eat, and breathe Star Trek.
I am 100% confident that I did some fan fiction as a kid that I have utterly purged from my brain.
What is a super popular science fiction or fantasy book that everybody loves that you can't tolerate?
Science fiction or fantasy?
Or, I mean, really anything. I'm just, because you write mostly science fiction and fantasy.
I don't like to drag other writers, but...
Not because it's a bad book. It's just something that you don't like.
Ready Player One.
I've never read the book. I liked the movie.
The movie was great. The movie was a great condensing of that film, but yeah, I did not like...
Now, I'm absolutely going to get flack for this one, but I will explain it, and you will sort of get it.
Okay.
The Hobbit.
Oh.
Okay, like I said, I have to explain it. The first time I was exposed to The Hobbit, I was 6. And my aunt used to send me cassette tapes that she had recorded stuff off of HBO. And you see where this is going.
This is like a narrated version of the Rankin Bass film, or...
It was the animated
The
Hobbit. And Gollum scared the ever-living crap out of me. I couldn't deal with scary stuff as a kid anyway, but Gollum petrified me, still does because of that. So I could not handle when we had to read The Hobbit in 6th grade, which I think was probably a little early too.
That seems a little, That is a seminal Gollum, though. That was great.
He scarred me for life. I don't know if I would have liked the book if I hadn't seen that movie.
Oh.
And honestly, the only thing I can think of is my aunt saw that it was a cartoon.
Yeah.
And figured it was probably
inappropriate.
And
those terrifying milky white eyes, those were scary.
It was petrifying. And then I guess this was Lord of the Rings, because there was an animated one of those too.
Yeah, it was the
But my 6-year-old brain is remembering this is the same movie, where somebody lost a finger.
Oh yeah,
and that also tripped that I'm afraid of everything button in my head, and all I could see was a person, or because you're a kid, it's a cartoon, it's a person, with a missing finger, and I couldn't handle it on the level that I couldn't handle Gollum.
That's Frodo of the Nine Fingers. I remember that. That's like the opening song, and that sets up the whole movie.
I was most definitely scarred for life with those movies at 6.
I get it. My grandpa lost like the end of his finger because he used to work on the Great Lakes, and he used to have this little nub all the time, and I was like, that freaked me the heck out too.
Yeah, because you don't understand it at that age. Even at this age, I feel like if I understand it, I'm okay.
Right.
But you have no basis of understanding it. 5 and 6.
I know. Now that I know my grandfather lost that finger, you know, saving Middle Earth from thousands.
That's the way to do it, huh?
From an eternity of darkness. Yeah, I feel a lot better about it.
So we've talked about your favorite parts to write. Did you have a least favorite part to write, or a part that you got stuck on? And again, let's start with the newest book.
Stuck on. That's another thing. It's like I know people like to say writer's block. I've got writer's block. I can't think of what to write. I can't think of what to do. But I'm like, that's just part of the writing process.
It is.
I mean, everybody gets stuck on on like a problem in their job. So I mean, there's no such thing as like doctor's block or mailman's block.
No, I guess not. But even if it's not like an actual block, there might be a part that you either just really didn't like or found tedious or.
That's a Yeah, I mean, I can't finish a part of a book that if I don't like it, I've got to rewrite it until I do like it.
Okay.
So I mean, there's a workaround for that, but there are definitely parts where I'm like, I write it and I'm like, eh.
Don't you hate that moment where you read something back and go, I hate this.
Yep.
And I don't know how to fix it. And you just stare at it for 2 hours.
And how glorious is the moment where you're like, I got it.
And it's never a plot point. It's always just, at least for me, it's never a plot point. It's just the way that something is written. It's like, why is this so bad?
And then you fix it, and then you run around the house with a cape on your shoulders for the rest of the day like, I'm the best.
Whenever I finish a book, I say, yay book, in like about 8,000 times. It's just, yay, there's a book! Especially the first time. That first book that you hold in your actual little grubby hand.
Oh, yeah.
That you know, and then you wrote all those words.
Oh. The first time I ever had anything published, like submitted and published, 20 years ago, was a short story. I got a call. This is back when you mail stuff out, and they would actually call you to contact you, and they're like, hey, we'd like to publish your book. I'm like, really? And they like had to convince me
that they weren't a scam?
Yeah.
So you've been traditionally published?
Yeah, I mean, these are all
awesome,
long defunct magazines.
Okay,
like,
so it's like an article or a story.
Yeah, it's not like the Atlantic or anything, but yeah,
it's still cool, and I bet you've got that sitting somewhere. You've got it sitting somewhere.
No. Classic me oversight. Did not think to preserve it. I thought they'd be around forever. I could get back issues. Nope.
I'm sure you still can somewhere.
I'm sure it exists somewhere.
Yeah.
I have copies of my own story, but
get on eBay. Everything exists on eBay.
Some poor schlub has been trying to sell a copy of this magazine for 20 years for 50 cents, and I'm gonna finally make his dreams come true.
You're gonna go to a yard sale, and it's gonna be right there on the top of the pile.
Yep.
And then the person who's selling it is gonna just go crazy that you're the author of.
I'm glad to finally meet you. You can have it for 50 cents. 25.
Would you really?
Yeah, I would totally.
I love yards. I love yard sales.
Agreed.
Do you have a new project you're working on now?
Oh, yes.
All right.
The one book that'll go right here.
So the actual book 1 to your trilogy.
Oh, yeah. The one that I've started numerous times and have the outline for it. But I started it and then finished this one. And then I restarted it and then I finished this one. And then I restarted and finished that one. So.
Do you think you're going to finish it this time?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, I know you're going to finish it eventually.
Right.
What would you say is the one most important or most valuable piece of writing advice you've ever gotten?
Persistence. Be persistent. That I've gotten or that I have? That I've gotten?
Both.
I don't. You know what? I'm a bad person at giving people rules to follow because I'm always breaking them.
Advice isn't a rule.
Right. But I feel like it falls into that realm.
Yeah, I can.
I mean, I know a lot of people who start stories and don't finish them. I mean, you just have to be persistent. Stick with it. bang it out there. It doesn't have to be good. You can make it good.
Yeah. It can always be, the first draft is...
Yes, get that draft out.
Get it down. The most... And I don't know if it was necessarily advice, because I don't remember someone directly saying it to me. But once I internalized a story is however long it needs to be told.
Right.
Once I stopped trying to fit into the box of a full-length novel, and it was going to be what it was going to be, I started finishing things.
Nice.
And the first one I ever finished is online as an ebook only. It's called Half-Blood. Cover's right up there behind me.
Buy today.
Yeah, $2.99 on ebook. It's a great introduction to my world of Mayaka, which is where From Winter and the new book takes place. And that's the first one I ever finished. Because I didn't try to make it a full-length book.
Interesting. Because I never really thought about, I have to hit a certain page number or word count or anything. It's always been like... Okay.
I wouldn't end a chapter if it wasn't 10 pages.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, it. So once I really internalized it is what it is, Half-Blood is 16,000 words.
Wow.
And then when I started From Winter, directly after that, I really, really thought that From Winter was going to be about 20,000 words. I'm like, well, that's the thing. I guess maybe I need to stop it trying to make them so long and be okay with that. So let's write this. It might be this length. It's 80. Okay, From Winter is 88,000 words.
Oh, okay.
And the new one that I'm editing is over 100.
That's big.
It's a chonky boy. It's a big book. And my first book I published with 12-point font. My mother has horrible eyesight. She still couldn't read 12-point font to actually sit down and read the book. But I so desperately didn't want the very first thing she said when she opened the book to be, "But the print's so small." So I published it where she could make it through a paragraph before her eyes start hurting. I'm going to make this one slightly smaller print.
How many pages?
465.
Woo! And 14 point?
12.
12.5. That's a lot of pages.
It's yeah. And Kindle's got a thing, I don't remember exactly how many pages it is. I know that somebody I know out there knows, because I know that they're hitting that maximum. They have a max of like 750.
They have a cutoff?
Or 780 pages or something.
So I can't have like a Sean DeLauder omnibus that's like all of these?
You can if you go with little print.
Oh, okay.
If you do like a bigger book and little print, you can make them fit. Because the person I'm talking about is in my writers group and is working on, I think he's at Beta Readers, for a 350,000 word book.
That's
terrifying.
That's a tome.
That's terrifying. I can't imagine. I mean, I can imagine because I've seen him carrying the thing around. But that is...
In a wheelbarrow?
That is terrifying.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it really is. And I can't wait for him to see it done. And I don't think he's all that far away in the scheme of things.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Is there a dream project?
Yes.
What's the dream project?
It goes right here.
Oh, it's the one that you're working on.
Yes.
It's cool.
This whole series is my least accessible, most esoteric dream project.
Well, tell us about the dream project then, like as a whole.
The
What genre is that one? Is that
fantasy, sci-fi, mass delusion sort of, because there's a theological aspect to it, and it's hinted strongly that the entities that they get advice from, good and evil, probably representing like a god-devil sort of dynamic. It's hinted very strongly that this is sort of like a delusion only a few people experience.
Okay, that sounds very interesting.
It does.
And
it's very odd.
I'm trying to figure out how to ask this without dating us.
Oh boy.
It's like, I don't want to say how old were you, but like how long ago has this been in your brain as a full concept?
as a full concept.
Well, I mean, not as a full developed concept, but because clearly you started in the middle.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, this book I started in high school, and it has completely changed since then, because it was, I would just take the most arbitrary thing and turn it into a chapter of this endless book that I was writing.
That's why it's 3 books.
Yep. Well, I mean, this is we jump from like on Earth, like post-apocalyptic Earth, everything is a desert, to outer space, people orbiting around Uranus. I mean, it's
Where's the first one take place?
same setting as this one.
Post-apocalyptic Earth.
Yes.
Okay.
But I mean, they all exist in that same universe. They eventually returns to.
Okay. It very much sounds interesting.
Yes.
And now that you've told people about it, you have to get the first one written, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, again, that is a process that is
it's
eating up a large amount of memory. So when you ask me a question and my face just sort of is a blank, it's because I'm processing back here. I don't have enough memory to devote to you.
I know. And that's when burnout happens, is when you're just done.
Yep.
And there's nothing left. And you sit there and you scroll on your short form platform of choice for enough hours in a day, for enough days in a row, that they send you a message going, "We suspect robot activity on your account. Please consider changing your password." Yes, that happened.
That's impressive. I usually just sleep.
Yeah, I'm just... And I got I'm like, what on earth? I'm like, well, that's the only thing I can think of, is apparently you can't watch Facebook Reels for 6 hours a day for 4 days in a row.
Holy macaroni. That's a lot of whose line is it anyway?
Yeah, or I'm trying to think, like, Tubby Nugget is one of the ones that comes on mine. Or I watch the people who make, like, the ceramic molds.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you know Tubby Nugget, let me know down below. So I like to wrap these things up with the same question. Tell us one fun fact, interesting tidbit, funny story about you that doesn't involve writing.
Oh my gosh.
And no, I don't like to prep people on that question.
Thanks.
Because it's more to see what comes out.
I've got so many arbitrary, I was doing a random thing and tore the butt out of my pants stories.
That's happened more than once?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, poor you.
I like canvas pants. Canvas pants don't like me, so... Oh gosh, I can't...
Should I edit that out?
No.
Okay.
You should put a button at the bottom of the page so I can donate canvas pants to me. Oh man, I have no idea. A story about myself. If you asked anybody else I knew... Or even just
like a tidbit, a fun fact. You like or don't like... I only like bananas if they're green.
Yuck.
I know, I'm odd.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Favorite food, favorite dog,
favorite dog,
first
Bandit.
Job.
Bandit. Bandit's my favorite dog.
I was thinking breed. What kind of dog is Bandit?
Our Bandit, he
Okay.
is a short-haired border collie named after...
I didn't know those came in short hair.
Yeah, they do. Neither did we.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Nobody knew what he was. But yeah, he's named after a blue heeler named from Bluey.
Okay.
He's the dad. So.
My favorite dog is a Shiba Inu.
I don't know what that is. Draw it for me with just your hands.
Oh well,
Make a shape.
It looks like a cross between a fox and a husky. I was looking around to see if I had any like illustrations or something in here, because my last kids book which is called Hello, My Name is about all of the cats and dogs I've owned as an adult.
Huh.
So hello, my name is such and such. I'm a Shiba Inu, etc.
And this is your 90,000 word book?
No. Sci-fi books are the passion.
Okay.
Kids books fall out of my brain.
Okay.
Hello, my name is... I wanted to do some artwork. I wasn't planning on telling this story today. I wanted to do...
You're welcome.
I wanted to do some artwork. I sat down at my desk to just whatever. No real goal in mind. A week and a half later, I was ordering a proof book.
Nice.
It fell out whole. So I've had many Shiba Inus. I like them because they're big enough you're not going to step on them, but they're small enough that if they're pissing me off, I can pick them up and move them.
Gently.
And they've got, and they've got the personality of a big dog. They're not little yappers. They're more independent. They've got the personality of a big dog.
Cool.
So, do you have, like, author socials? Insta, Facebook, website?
Yes.
Okay.
Am I any good at using them? Do I use them frequently?
I find that is also a common thread amongst writers.
Yeah.
So, anything you want me to link, email me. I will link that down below in the description. Or I believe, and I know I've been saying this for like 4 episodes, we're getting up on Spotify soon. So I don't know how that works yet, but if there's a place to put things like that, it'll be there. I will link all your stuff down below. So go give Sean a look. Check out his books. And it was very nice having you. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me, Lexi. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. And all of you out in YouTube and Spotify world, I'm going to be positive here that it's going to work out nicely and it'll go out quickly. If you could give the video a like or a thumbs up, or again, however that works on your platform, and subscribe if you haven't already, I'd greatly appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye!